All right. According to that, we are live. So, welcome live from the crossroads of America, a 1 hour talk show shooting with disabilities. If we don't have much topics, we remove the guns, politics, or anything else that crosses our mind. We'll answer questions from the audience. Just put them in the chat or email me at Rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I'm broadcasting on gun channels and YouTube, of course. Got a Patreon page and all that good stuff. All my shows are all the audio files are on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. If you ever want to listen to them, this one will be there within 24 hours after the show has ended. Time I get around to doing it with my internet slow, uploading and downloading and all that shit you got to do. So, anyway, who we got in the Snob's wife was here first, but she said she couldn't stay, but she's wanting to give me a thumbs up, so I appreciate it. We got Dead Horse, we got Sabrina, we got Yoda Texas, Ozzy Osbourne. They're in the chat so far. I don't know who else is going to show up, but my esteemed panelist right now is we got Squibload. He was at work, I'd imagine.
Hi.
How you doing? Then we got the one and only from New York City, Blind Shooter.
What's up, everybody?
All right. So, E Honda's just joined us in the chat. Yeah, so Jason Stewart is in the chat. I was going to say James Stewart. There, that's going back to some old movie stars, isn't it? All right. To be honest, as I was talking to the guys before, I've been working on my truck all day, or trying to. I hobble around and try to do the best I can, and so I really didn't research any topics. So I'm hoping these guys have some, or we can go on to the, we can go on to guns or politics or whatever you wish to talk about. Have you guys got any topics you want to cover? Anything?
I think our silence says it all.
It does. It does. Okay. But I don't know the truth of it. Oh, whoever says, what are they esteemed about? And my esteemed guest.
He just says that because we showed up.
Yes, basically.
I mean, like if he had people beating down the door and he had to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, we wouldn't be so esteemed. We'd be in the back room. We'd be in the green room waiting to get called on the stage.
Yeah. So, look who's decided to join us.
Oh, okay. It's the real host of the show.
Yes, it's the Patriot Show.
Late as always.
Yeah. A Honda says, I can't place your accent. Sounds like a mix of fog breath and Texas. Well, Jason Stewart said, tell Squib I got some Speedway coffee packs. Thanks for the info on them. There you go. See, people do watch your shit.
Yeah, it kind of surprises me. I appreciate the views, the comments, and things like that. Kind of nice. If I don't get them, I don't get them. But it is. I really do appreciate the feedback. And they've got the Brazilian coffee now. They'll have it for like a month or two, and then they won't have it again until next year. So in one of my upcoming videos, I'll do a review on the Brazilian.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback there, or sounds like a lot of wind blowing.
It's the wind. I'm at altitude.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you don't know, I'm just going to let E Honda know for he sits there. For you don't know, I spent most of my childhood and my young adult years living in the United Kingdom. That's where, and so my father was in the military. My mother was English, so I got a mixture of all that mixed in here. So I just wanted to let you Honda know that. So, okay, but now what was I discussing? I started to discuss. You got any topics, Patriot? Look at that. He's dropped out on me because I can see that he's not. I know he's gone because Yep, there he goes. He disconnected on me. So anyway, what were we discussing? What was I discussing? Oh yes, the shooting in Dallas. I just saw something. I didn't go into details. I haven't researched it, but somebody is saying now that she had a gun in her hand. But from what I said, she had a gun in her hand. Well, you had people outside her house. They didn't say who they were. They didn't announce that they were the police. And they were shining a flashlight through her window. So, I think personally myself, if somebody was doing that to me, walking around my house shining a flashlight through my window, I'll be having my gun in my hand too. But I don't know. I can't verify it because I haven't done the research on it yet. But have you heard any of this stuff?
Well, I was going to ask, is this the one where the cop went to do the welfare check? And
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Snob Wife says, I'm back for a few minutes unless the 16-year-old learning to drive kills me. Oh, yeah. Teaching the kids to drive. I remember that. Actually, be honest with you, I wasn't very good at it, teaching my kids to drive.
The way you take that chair down the stairs or the escalator or whatever, yeah, you've shown off your driving skills.
Oh yeah. Actually, my ex-wife taught my kids to drive. She has more patience than I do. So when it comes to that, which is kind of strange because I love driving, and I am a pretty good driver, actually, believe it or not. And but I just can't. I just couldn't teach the kids. I was saying this. Where was I saying this at? Was it in the chat Saturday or something, or on the daytime chat? I love my kids. Don't get me wrong. I love my two boys. But I don't like kids. I really don't. I never have. So, get off my damn grass, It's what, Yes, Sabrina says here it's not allowed. We can drive a car when we were 18. That's the same as it was when I lived in England. You couldn't have a full driving license. Well, you learned to drive 18. You could get your learner's permit for like a couple of months before your 18th birthday. But you weren't allowed to drive until you were 18. But there we go.
See, the way I do it is I take the kids to an off-road trail, like a snowmobile trail or something with a pickup truck. I tell them to get in. I tell them how it works, and I say shift. Before they know it, they're driving off-road in a manual transmission, shifting gears, doing all this other stuff. They get out of the truck, and they're all done. Now, if you can do that, you can drive on the public streets. You just have to, there's a lot more to look for on the public streets. You've got all these other cars around you, and you have to pretend that everybody around you is the stupidest person in the world, because some of them are. I said, but, if you can drive down a narrow snowmobile trail in a full-size pickup truck, driving a manual transmission, and never drove a vehicle before in your life, and most people, as soon as you say, there's a clutch, they freak out and go, I can't do this. I don't accept that. You can do it.
I was just going to say that. I'll be honest with you. I think, personally, everybody should take their test on a manual, on a standard. That should be automatic. You know what I'm saying? That they take it on that. Then if you want to drive an automatic after you pass your test, fine and good. But you should learn on a standard car. I really believe that. You know,
For some people, it's a distraction, but if you can still maneuver the vehicle, not hit a tree and other things, and do all that while you're shifting gears and getting a feel for it and getting a feel for the way the engine feels as you're easing off the clutch and all that, then you realize that you can focus, you can pay attention to the other things that are out there. I'm not saying that's an automatic pass to do distracted driving, like texting and driving or something else like that. But there's a lot of things to look around. And I don't know if you ever, like when you were on your bike, did you see more than what you see in your truck?
yes.
Okay, that's what I noticed when I started riding my motorcycle, was even though I got a full face helmet stuff, I can see stuff. And even though I sit lower than in my pickup truck, I see more stuff going on than what I would see in a car or a truck. And people are doing everything but looking where they need to look.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I think that if you can learn you can multitask while you drive, then you can learn to keep your head on a swivel and pay attention.
Yes. Now, where I was going back to, all driving tests should be done on a standard. Of course, there's exceptions to the rule if you're disabled, like you're missing an arm or a leg or something. I understand that. But an able-bodied person should learn on a standard. It should be, that's the way it should be.
I think if they taught more people manual transmission and driver's ed, it was a requirement. Some of these auto manufacturers would go back to offering it as an option. They've really moved away from offering that as an option, and that sucks for those of us who prefer a manual transmission. But years ago, decades ago, they went away from teaching manual transmission in driver's ed. Even the military went away from having vehicles with manual transmission, and it's just gotten to be that way. But I think that for the people that have this confidence issue, say, I can't do it, I can't. Yes, you can. Once you do it, you'll go, oh, this is easy. No kidding.
Oh, yeah. Clutch, gas, push the clutch in or press on the gas, let the clutch out, what engage and just off you go. Oh, yeah. I mean, like today, since this is, shooting with disabilities, basically, I can drive a standard still, but I can't drive it far because of my back. It hurts lifting my legs up to do the pedals. That's why I prefer an automatic now. But but originally, wasn't that what the automatic was originally invented for? Was people coming back from the Second World War and stuff who was missing a leg or something like that? I could be wrong, but I think somebody told me that. Maybe it was just a bunch of
bullshit. I have no idea why the automatic transmission was invented and how it got more popular. I mean, people like having machines do everything for them, and we've gotten to we're all technology and all digital anyhow. I just think there's certain things that there's still some credence to learning how to do things manually, whether it be paperwork or whether it be operating a vehicle or whatever it is. But for me, I think it's more of a confidence thing. There are so many people today that lack any confidence to do anything. And I've seen people terrified when I put them in a car and say, all right, I'm going to teach you how to drive a manual transmission. And they're scared out of their mind. And in 20 minutes, they're shifting gears going, this is fun. This is easy. They gain confidence from it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're right. But we're going to try to move on topics there because I think we're blind shooters just sitting there twiddling his thumbs.
Well, I mean, I'd still drive if I was allowed to, but y'all sighted people frown upon the blind guy driving.
Yeah. I don't know why. With today's technology, your car should be able to see where it's going for you.
Well, what I want to know is, there's all these different car accidents happening on a daily basis. Hundreds upon thousands of car accidents. Who's the one causing car accidents? You sighted people. You've never heard a blind guy cause a car accident, have you?
True. Oh, Dead Horse said, I just got back. Who is BS? Oh, blind shooter. is what that's who that is. So I know it's Blanchard. I know he's full of. We know he's full of bull, But
No, got to keep the show interesting somehow.
yeah, and Patriot in the dark. I guess he's staying out. You must be having trouble. He said, "Squib, go to Mike and get me a shadow band from the tubes." So that's what he's saying there. I don't know what he's on about, but there you go. Since we got people in the chat now, I was saying this before the show went. Clovertex blocked me on my email. I have, when I send out my emails for people to join the chat, I have a standard about 16, I think it's 15 or 16 email addresses. I click on it and it automatically sends it to them all. And Clovertech's been in there for the last 2.5 years. I get a thing back on my mail saying your mail is being blocked. Now. Anyway, unless his emails changed recently, I'm kind of bummed out. I thought Clover Tech and I thought Clover was my BFF. But I guess not. So I don't know. Hey, Raphael's joined us. Gun-loving grandpa's here. 7 Wonders. Okay, moving on. Got any other topics, guys? All right, you're leaving it all up to me tonight, aren't you? And I was having trouble with my truck all day, so I didn't really do any research. So I was trying to figure out a way I could patch it. I was looking for other rust holes, and I was wondering what's the best way of patching it. Any ideas?
You have to clean all the rust off of you have to get it down to bare metal where you got a clean surface, and then you got to use Bondo. I would recommend getting the fiberglass repair kit or the boat repair kit where you got the mesh cloth, and you put the mesh cloth on there, and that will kind of hold the Bondo in place. And then once you get the Bondo to harden, you sand it down if it's in sight. If it's not in sight, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It'll just fill it in. But that will not stick to rust. There is a black paint that is supposed to bond to rust. It's called Body Saver or Chassis Saver. I've tried it. It does, but not as good as they say it does.
Okay, all right. Just something I might work on that. Give me something to do. Somebody else is joined us. Who is it?
Ooh, boy, am I anonymous?
Back. Yes, you are. You're anonymous here.
All right.
You run the mouse over it. It says fellow gun tuber.
Oh, okay. Because I joined on my phone, and I think Squib got to Mike is what I said, and he got me shadow banned on the tubes.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joined on my desktop, and I never use this thing, so I'm anonymous. So
yes, you are anonymous. You're a fellow gun tuber.
I'm trying to catch up. So what are we chatting about? Sorry,
well,
Squib.
We didn't have any topics, so we were talking about driving.
We were counting on you to come in here and save the show, seeing how it's really your show.
Here we go. I have something.
Okay. Let's go for it. What is it?
Well, hello, everyone. Blind Shooter, Squib, and Rick. I was supposed to do the giveaway last Saturday, and my internet fell on its face. So I do have that giveaway for the Take Action giveaway. So if you wanted to do that, that would be swell. Otherwise, we can talk about anything.
We can do that now. We can do that now. What do you need? Did you send me email or anything?
Oh no, that would be professional. Like I said, I'm on my desktop, so I'm this is the learning curve. So I'm trying to get in here because as soon as I start moving around, you'll hear everybody talking since it's the desktop. So let me see if I can mute myself for a second.
Yeah. So All right. So
This is where you insert the theme song to Jeopardy.
yes, you're right. You're right. Now there was something else I was going to bring up, and I've forgotten what in the hell it was. Oh, oh yeah. I mean the other thing, semi-gun related. Um, that big mess up that was ABC showed the Nob Hill machine gun night shoot as fighting in Syria on
Oh, you
TV.
dumbasses.
You know, I saw a meme on that, and I wasn't quite sure what it meant. So I didn't know that that was really a thing. I thought somebody was joking around.
No, no. Yeah.
Knott Creek is in northern Kentucky. It's a place where you can go and rent machine guns. It's been
Okay,
around
been there?
forever. Forever.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's they were using a video from a night shoot there because I guess they were using tracers and stuff, and they said it was Turkey, fighting with Syria, and it turns out it was just at the shooting range down the road.
Yeah, it's they've got the big machine gun shoot where a lot of people go, but as far as I know, it's year round. I haven't been there. I've been near there. I haven't been there. I looked into it one time. I thought this was a long time ago. I thought I read that they have flamethrower rental. So there are places around where you can do that. You can shoot tracers. You can shoot incendiary ammo. You can shoot exploding targets. You can shoot machine guns. You can shoot 50 cal semi-auto or bolt rifles. You can shoot. I mean, pretty much anything short of something that's just crazy expensive. Because if you were to shoot something like an RPG, you're going to have to pay the tax stamp for that round. It's just like shooting a tank. If you've got an antique tank and you have ammunition for it, you have to pay a tax stamp on every shell you fire or every shell that you own that you could fire. So it's not a cheap thing to do. There are places overseas where you can shoot military weapons where they don't have laws, right? And this is a tourist thing. It's kind of like the firearms tourism here. I mean, people think the only place you can go shoot a machine gun is in Las Vegas, and that's not true. There are places around here I can go rent a machine gun. They're all over the country. It's whatever's allowed as far as the zoning and the property owner and what sort of thing that they're looking to do.
Yeah, and whoever owns the gun range has the right FFL to be able to rent them out and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, they probably have them in a trust and all this other stuff, and they've got it's not just the cost of having to have it, it's all the cost of being able to secure them, replacement parts, having to maintain them. Where they really make their money is you have to buy their ammo. So you go rent that full auto thing and for whatever it costs per hour, but you have to pay for their ammo. And when you're eating through, 7 rounds a second, they're making their money. It just sounds like a cash register.
That's Honda did the one in Dragon's machine gun shoot just recently.
Now, these are the names of the people?
Yeah, there's some that were doubled up because they're
all doubled. They're all doubled up.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah, now, hang on.
So I don't know if you want to mix them up or something.
I'm going to put them in my my program, my random picker.
Okay.
And let that pick it. Or you want to do it some other way?
No, that's fine. That's fine. And I didn't really state what I was giving away, but I'm going to give away the Gorilla Ammunition stickers and hat from Skip's Tactical Solution, which you should check her out. She's got a lot of good stuff and a bunch of other stuff. I'm just going to fill up something. I'm going to try something different and fill a bag because everybody sends stickers and stuff in bags now instead of boxes, and I think I'm going to try that.
I still use boxes.
Yep.
But hang on. Let me get back to my chat box. Raphael said, I took action yesterday, but I could not screenshot. I got mail from Patriot in the Dark. Thanks. So I don't know what he means by that. So but anyway.
Let me check real quick. Just talk amongst yourselves just for 1 second. I'm going to check on my phone because my desktop doesn't update.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, okay, no problem. Now, somebody, Sabrina out in there said it's a bad situation there in Syria. Did you hear Donald Trump today? I mean, he said it kind of crudely, but he was right. I mean, Turkey's coming to Syria, saying they're taking a 20-mile strip along the border to make like a no man's zone, and Syria saying no, you're not. So they're fighting over land right now. And why does the American military have to be there to fight them over land that's got nothing to do with us?
That's what I've been saying. It's not our fight. Not one of those sides have done anything to us. Let them fight it.
Now the Kurds are brought in the Russians anyway. Squib, you're going to say something? Guess not. But I don't know. Don't get me wrong. We are the mightiest or the number one military in the world. Well, Russia and China got some big militaries, but we've got, I guess the Western world looks to the United States, but we're not babysitters.
Do you know that we've been doing this all over the world since 1945? This is nothing new.
No, you're right.
Well, I just love how both sides, like, I want to say during the Obama administration, were calling for troops to come home from overseas. And now that Trump is actually doing it, they're like, well, wait a second, no, let's keep them there.
I know.
Okay, so this is what they're doing.
Dead Horse has made a point that, he says we have nukes in Turkey because we have military bases in Turkey.
We don't have nukes in Turkey.
We don't have any nukes in Turkey?
We pulled them. Yeah, we pulled the nukes out in the 60s.
Yeah, that was one of those things they did with Cuba.
Yeah.
That was an agreement we made with Russia.
All right. So
watch 13 Days. They'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. There are places around the world where there are American troops stationed, and they rotate them in and they rotate them out. Not a lot of troops, not with a lot of firepower, not with a lot of equipment. They're literally there because if the two sides start fighting, the Americans are going to get caught in the crossfire, and that'll draw us into a conflict. And neither side wants to fight us. So they literally have these guys there just to keep the peace by simply existing, by simply being there. Neither side wants to fight us. And they know if they kill Americans by mistake, we're going to come in there and we're going to bomb the hell out of them. So to keep them from fighting each other, we literally put our people in harm's way. And we've been doing this for 70 frickin' years. All around the world. Around the world. It's just not common knowledge. It's not a secret. The information is out there. You have to, I guess, be in the know about how the military works. It's not that it's fun. It's not that anybody really wants to do this. But it's a lot easier to do that and just rotate people in. What do you think some of the National Guard do on their 2 weeks a year where they're active? They're literally sitting in the Sinai Peninsula so Egypt and Israel don't go at each other. Literally.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, somebody in the chat goes, Trump confirmed we have nukes in Turkey. So they must have
I doubt it.
Oh, we might have one right offshore too. So
yeah. If he's talking about a sub
there, we might. Who knows? Of course, they don't copy me on any of those emails anymore, so I don't know where they are.
Yeah. So, did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah, I just wanted to check. Yeah, Raphael got a envelope from a trivia question we had. So that's why I wanted to make sure I didn't get an email, any extra ones, because that's the email I have on my phone and not on my desktop.
Okay. So do you want me to pick a winner?
Just go ahead. Pick a winner. Everybody's excited, except for Squib.
Oh, Raphael said 4 hours ago, confirmed by Trump on Washington Post. So there you go. So anyway, let me get. I'm not going to get in a big debate over nukes right now, but yeah, it's kind of scary. But I don't think. Well, it's kind of scary now because the Kurds have asked what Syria, the actual Syria forces, to help them, and what do? Send in the Russians.
I'll put it this way. Trump goes on national TV and says the Las Vegas shooter used a bump stock, and nobody believes him. Trump goes on TV and says we still have nukes in Turkey, and everybody believes him.
Okay. It picked Alpha Romeo 15.
Well, congratulations. That's actually a new subscriber.
Okay.
Obviously, you have my email, so you can just email me your address, and I will get something out to you. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. People in the chat are saying, yes, it was leaked a little while ago, but Trump did confirm it 4 hours ago that we have nukes in Turkey. You know, so our boys might be going back. You know, so I don't know. I mean, also, yes. We left the Kurds thing, but they're no. But as Trump said, they're no angels either. You know, but I don't know. It's when it starts getting into that foreign policy stuff. It's sometimes I just look at the basic picture, not the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why I don't understand it all the time. So there we go. So Alpha Romeo 15 is a new subscriber to you?
Yes, I think it's Alfa Romeo.
Oh, it's Alfa Romeo. Yeah, I think that's how you actually pronounce it. Yeah,
like one of those fancy guy cars, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's card. I mean, if I can't pronounce it, I can't afford to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
I only know because I use a screen reader. Then I don't have to think about how things are pronounced. I can just, So if I call you something silly, then that's it. I'll just blame it on.
Now. Oh, I know what I got. Since we've done your quiz and it's halfway through the show, let me bring up my my quiz for Saturday. Now, it's not opening up. Damn it. Come on. Hurry up. There we go. All right. Now, maybe you guys misunderstood me, but the question I asked was in the last Patriot in the Dark video. Now, this, you got to remember, I said this last Saturday. I don't know if he's made any sense. I haven't looked. In the last Patriot in the Dark video, he had a firearm as his backdrop. I want to know make and model of what he had in that video. You know? So, I've got some answers. I haven't got many, but I got some answers which they just said blank, blank. They didn't give me the make. They just gave me the model. You know what I'm saying? I want if possible, I don't know a lot about that particular firearm. Is it easy to tell what model it is and make by looking at that video?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
No, I know that. I know that. I'm hoping somebody else might know in here what I was talking about and could answer that. You know.
Nobody in here watches his videos.
Yeah, no. I do have a good video coming out next in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Well, anyway, get to that question for the quiz on Saturday for a swag pack. Email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com by noontime Saturday. That's Eastern time, the only time that matters. Jason Stewart said, Clover is quarking me in 30 minutes. No respect for the English. I know. But anyway, I plan on shutting down around then anyway. But for the one, if any of you weren't here a minute ago, Clover's blocked me from email. I sent him he's been on my list for 2 years now that I send him an invitation to Wednesday and Saturday. I use the same email address for both shows, and I've been doing it for 2 years. And all of a sudden, I get blocked. You know,
he had some issues with email a while back.
I thought he was my BFF.
Well, he might also have a filter if you put it, all their emails in the to section.
Yeah.
Instead of like the blind copy, because a lot of people don't like their stuff getting out there. And I don't know if that's an automatic thing. He has a magic internet black box thing. So, but he did have some issues. It was like 2 weeks ago, I think, where he couldn't send out emails, and it was a bunch of stuff. But I'm sure he got it resolved.
Yeah. Well, if anybody speaks to him, you can tell him my feelings are hurt. You know? If I don't speak to him first, and if you guys see him or speak to him, tell him he's hurt my feelings. You know? So. All right. Anything else, Patriot? Are we losing you again?
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I clicked it twice, and now I'm back.
No, you're good. You're good now.
Oh, yeah, I've been taking some time off. I've got some family things I'm going through. And so it's just one of those, So I'm kind of slowed down, but I did watch. I forgot his name. Crumb. He had a live stream today with Cheryl and John. Anyway, it's on the main page of Gun Channels, and like I said, my head is 2 weeks behind me right now, so I'm it's hard to focus. But that was really good, talking about the Second Amendment rally, and just kind of some all that kind of stuff, and that's really important. If you can go,
was that the one with Jeff Knox?
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just looking at the thing now. Jeff Knox and John Crump.
Yes.
That the one?
Yes, I get them. Names.
Yeah, no problem.
Hard words, American words, they're hard, but that's really kind of important. I wanted to go, but my daughter's birthday is like right there, so it's I don't know if I could. She would disown me. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, Dead Horse asked if the Glock 19 is the most popular gun in the world, why is it never the answer to anyone's quizzes? That's because everybody knows the answer to that one. So I'm going to. I said I got my dies for my 380. So I'm going to start. I just got to go get the powder and some small primers. Then I'm going to start reloading 380s. Oh, I got to go buy some brass too because I've only got about 50 that I shot. That's all I've meant because the first time I went out there shooting my 380, I forgot where I was standing. uh, and most of them went into the green grass. And damn, little grass is hard to find in that grass. That's why I don't have that many. But I'm more like go buy a small bag to help me get started on it. Then from then on, I'll just keep using. That's normally what I do when I go shooting. If I don't stand on concrete, so when they're flying out of the gun, they're landing on concrete, so it's easy for me to use my thing to roll my thing back and forth and pick them up. But normally, if I'm standing on grass and shooting, I normally put a tarp, sort of big old tarp on the side of me. So, where it flies out, it lands on the tarp, so I can protect them that way. So, hey, everybody else has thought of doing that instead of if you've got, if you don't want to mess around getting in the dirt or the grass, put a tarp out there. I'll catch them for you. So, just an idea. Yeah.
Just a silly question about reloading, not to get this sidetracked and all that stuff. Now, those dies that you got, they work with any 380 bullets, correct? Like hollow points, you don't need something different. I mean, they pretty much is just the outside.
No. Yeah. No, it'll work with any bullet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of.
And I'm going to make my own defense ammo because I got some Lee Defense Extreme Defense bullets, 85 grain. So
very nice.
These are, they're kind of. The head of them. I know my camera's not very good with the thing, but the head of them, it's hard to see it, but the head of them is like a Phillips screwdriver. The bullet itself. So if you're looking at the bullet, it looks like it's got a Phillips screwdriver head on it. You can use it for unscrewing something. Getting shot with that, I bet you kind of hurts. So I'm assuming they. What?
There's no hole like a hollow point. It's just that fringe.
No, I'm going to ask Squib about them. Do they break up or they just bore a hole inside you?
It opens up. It opens up like a hollow point does, but it doesn't really have a hollow point. It literally looks like what you said, a Phillips screwdriver head, but take each of the blades of the Phillips screwdriver and peel it back perpendicular to the bullet.
Okay.
And it's going to spread out like a T.
Sweet.
Yeah. Oh, Dead Horse says, I want a video of someone using them as a screwdriver. Yeah.
Well, Patriots can't hand you with the tools. Let's give him some.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to start making those soon. So, yeah. Oh, the temperature here today didn't get above, I think it got to 57 today. And this morning when I woke up, it was around 39 outside this morning. Oh, my God. Getting back on to shooting with disabilities. Oh, my joints this morning. Oh, the arthritis. Oh, God. I could barely move to get out of bed this morning. Right now my shoulders are hurting. Because of the cold. When the temperature drops, my arthritis hurts like a SOB. It really does. My hands are starting to hurt. So that 380 is going to come in handy. It really is. So, so when it's cold like that, it does. I slow down because I'm in pain, constant pain with the arthritis. It's it's years. But I don't know if it's true or not, but my doctor told me most of the arthritis I got in my shoulders, my hips, my knees, my hands, and everything, and all my joints. He said a lot of it's got to do with me working 40 years in a refrigerator, being a meat cutter. I've always worked inside a cold refrigerator. So it's, I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes sense to me because another thing that I do, and I was told it's not good for you, is sometimes when my hands are hurting so bad, I'll fill a sink up with hot water and stick my hands in it. The heat, it feels fantastic, but they tell me it's not really doing them much good. Jason Stewart says, get some blue emu. Yeah, I thought about that, but,
What about those pads that kind of stick on you that are like those hand warmer pads? Does that kind of stuff work? I mean, they're adhesive or whatever, and they're just like give off like a heating pad, but it's just chemical.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can, I do use heat pads of some sort, at times when it gets really bad. But, Sabrina says, I have fibromyalgia. I can never pronounce that word.
Myalgia?
Yeah. So cold isn't the best for me, but I always have it so damn warm that I take a cold shower, even in the winter. Yeah. Now, the silly thing is, right, I don't like things being hot. I mean, my house sits at 69 all year round, winter or summer. In the summertime, the AC kicks on, and my house is at 69 degrees. In the wintertime, when the heat clicks on, it's 69 degrees. I don't. Very rarely will I kick the heat up. Normally, what I'll do is I'll just put a sweater on or something if I'm really cold. Oh, Patrick just said Military Arms Channel did an entire video on Extreme Defender and Extreme Penetrator bullets. Oh yeah, well I'll go over there. See, I'm not subscribed to him, so I don't think about going over to his stuff. But let me write that down so I don't forget. Does that make me a bad person because I'm not subscribed to him?
No.
So, I mean, if you subscribe to everybody that follows you, you'd never watch a video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Vanessa Kitty says blue emu. I never saw a blue emu. Yeah. Okay. The Texas said my doctor has been giving me steroid shots to ease my back pain. I used to have those, but for this big old fat boy, it made me. Yes, it helped with the pain, but with me, it also made me bloat out. Like I had a big thing. I got a fat face now. It was like a goddamn soccer ball. All my face was swollen up and stuff like that because my body filled up with fluids. It was gonna. So they had to take me off them.
So, any big plans for the week?
Okay, hang on a minute. Oh, so Sabrina wants to know. Okay, hang on. She because they don't deal in degrees over in Europe. They drill in Celsius. Okay. You got to I got to backtrack it. 69 would be what in Celsius, guys? Come on. I know. I'm trying to think because if something is 7 degrees Celsius, you double it, which makes it 14. Then you add 30, which will make it 44. That's a ballpark figure. So let's see. So say 70. Go back to 35. No, that wouldn't be that. Hell, I don't know.
Why don't you just Google it?
Yeah, isn't it like 40 degrees or something like that?
Yeah.
40?
Let me Google it.
We'll just say 42 and call it a day.
It's around there, I think. I don't think there's a real way to figure that out. I think that's
No, okay, 69 Fahrenheit is 20.5556 Celsius. So there you go, Sabrina. That's what I keep my house at all year round. So,
well, isn't 0 is freezing over there, right? That's
0, yeah, it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah. So Sabrina, I keep my house at 20 degrees Celsius all year round. You know, whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but it works for me. So I have my electricity bill is higher in the summertime than it is in the winter because my AC runs more in the summertime than my heat does in the winter. With most other people, it's the other way around, you know? So, oh, God, Vanessa, putting all that out there, you're just making it too complicated for me now. Hell, I wouldn't have understood that in school. You expect me to understand it now? She's putting a mathematical equation out here, how to come up with the temperature. So, all right. What else we got to talk about? Oh, Yoda said he was going to unsubscribe from me because I don't subscribe to Mac. Yeah, so there we go. You know? Oh, I just watched, I know a lot of people here don't like Hickok 45, but I've been subscribed to him since the first day I looked at gun videos because I think he was the first one that came up, and I've been watching him ever since. I mean, I don't watch his videos anymore. The only ones I listen to now is like his shooting the breeze and stuff like that because I love to hear him ramble on. I think he's got a very dry sense of humor, personally. But where I was going with this is he's also brought up the Second Amendment rally again on November the 2nd in Washington, D.C., and he is going. He just saying it again. And he wanted to put it out there that it's happening, and he will be there. So I thought that was fun. I mean, I believe that he said he says he's not being paid to go or anything like that. He's going because he believes this one is sort of like grassroots, you know, done and not done by. It's not done by the NRA or it's not done by the Second Amendment Foundation. You know, it's no big organization is actually doing it. It's from what I can figure out. So there we go. I just wanted to throw that out there, you know, because a lot of people give him a hard time because he's they call him a shill. But hey, everybody he gets sponsored by, he says it that he's sponsored by him. You know?
There are people out there that don't want to do what he's done in order to get to where he's got. They want to fast track and they want to get to that level in less time with less work. And I think there's a lot of jealousy out there for him. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people that don't realize that even though this is a land of opportunity and land of people fulfilling dreams, and if being paid to do YouTube videos is your dream, I think you should pursue it. But you should also be ready for the realization that there is not room for everybody in the gun community to be Hickok 45. There just ain't enough money to go around to do that.
I don't think it's about the money, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're kidding, right?
No, I don't care about
that. Yeah. Yoda Texas said he may not be getting paid, but I bet someone is paying his expenses.
He's probably writing it off on his tax. He makes enough money, and he's got enough money before all this. He can afford to do this. When he went out to Columbus, as far as I know, nobody paid him. As far as I know, he drove out there himself. Not that it's really that far from Nashville to Columbus, but I was expecting the guy to like have a limo and an entourage and security and, you know, camera people and all. No, he was all by himself.
Yeah.
Just a regular guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But also what helped him years ago when he first got started was somehow one of his shooting the pumpkin videos made national TV on a news channel, and it went national, and that helped him too because people started clicking on his stuff, and they so that did help. But yeah, he's been doing it long, But anyway, I'm not here to defend people who do their stuff. I know who I like watching, and I know who I don't like watching. So there we go. And there's some I watch. I know I shouldn't because it gets my blood boiling, but I watch them anyway because I sit. Normally, I'll sit there in my recliner with my feet up, and I got one of them smart TVs. I can watch YouTube on my TV, so I'll lay back in my recliner and put on YouTube and flick through the things, and I'll press one. Then I'll watch one. I say I'm never going to watch his again, but I click on it, and damn, he gets my blood boiling, and I start screaming at the TV and everything else, So, but besides that, life is good. Oh, I am trying to make. I'm trying to see if I can make it myself. I looked. It's about is it 12-hour drive from here? But the problem I have also is, unfortunately, is trying to find somebody who will not so much taking care of my cats. Is one of them has diabetes, and he's got to have insulin shots twice a day. It's trying to find a friend or somebody I know who will do that. And that's the problem. I've had my relatives say, "Oh yeah, I'll look after them. I'll come and feed them." I say, "But you have to give them a shot." "Oh no, I can't do that." Not that they're saying no, they can't do it. They're scared to do it. So that's where I'm having problems. So, and I can't afford to put them in a kennel and go. It's one or the other. So I might not be able to, if I can't find anybody, I won't be going. It's that simple. So, anybody else got anything to say? I decided I'm going to do my cut of the week on Saturdays. So,
sounds good.
The one I will mention the one I mentioned on Saturday was flat meat or skirt steak. It normally comes in a piece, maybe 12 to 14 inches long, maybe 8 to 10 inches wide. If you can't, you can do it yourself, or if you can, get your meat guy to get I call him a fat basher, and pound it because it's kind of thick. It'd be thick in one part, then skinny in the other part. So you hit it with the mallet, and it evens it out. Or then what I do is I roll them up, cut them into 1.5 inches, sort of like 1.5 inches thick medallions. Put a toothpick through them and hold them that way. Marinate them and stuff. You can either do that first, then marinate them, or you can marinate it first, then roll them. Either way. But if you roll them like a medallion and stick a toothpick through it to hold it from coming unraveled, you can actually cook it on the grill like an actual steak. I do it that way. But if you leave it unrolled in a piece, it could be quicker because you can just slap it on there because it's thinnish. It's not going to take very long to cook. Flip it on there, flip it over to the other side, and it's done. It's personal preference. But in the old days, that stuff used to be cheap. But as it's got more popular, the price has gone up. So,
is that considered flank steak? Is that the same thing?
It's similar. It's similar to flank steak, but it's not. Flank steak is actually a better quality. The actual flat meat is The flat meat is actually a piece of meat that runs along the inside the rib cage. Actually, so where the flank is actually the flank steak actually comes off the hind quarter, where the flat meat comes off the forequarter. So, anyway, tonight, you know what I'm having for dinner? I'm having ham and tomato sandwiches. I just got a craving for them. Lightly buttered bread, lightly buttered. Put some ham on there. Slap some English mustard on it. Hot, because English mustard's hot. Right? Slap some English mustard on there. Slice some tomatoes. Put them on there. Sprinkle it with some salt and pepper. Oh, damn. It sounds good. Been thinking about them all day. That's why I'm not cooking anything. I'm having those. So I was going to have them for lunch, but I got carried away with the truck, so I didn't have them. So I'm having them tonight. So
Nice.
yes.
Now, what will you have with that? Do you make sides, or is it just the sandwiches? And
I'll have some potato chips on the side.
nice.
That's about it. I might have a couple of pickled onions too. On the side. No.
I actually picked up some olives that had jalapenos stuffed in them today, and I think I'm hooked.
Oh yeah, I don't like olives, but I like jalapenos though.
But it's weird because of the brine or whatever. It just kind of meshes it together. I was pretty surprised. I'm not one for the much of the green olives unless it's on a burger.
Oh, Dead Horse says ham and tomato sandwiches. I will need some lettuce and mayo on that, I think. Yeah, I guess I'm looking at, what I'm talking about is the way we used to make them in England when I was a kid growing up. Just the way it was. So, all right. I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. I really do appreciate you stopping by. It does make it worthwhile. If you got any questions shooting with disabilities, email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com with any suggestions, questions, or anything like that. And the same for the Saturday show. If you got anything you want us to talk about on Saturdays, do that as well. So just want to say that. Hey, I tell you who's missing tonight. Kingpin. I ain't seen him tonight. He must be busy. Okay, so I will be back on Saturday at 3 p.m. for the afternoon chat. But I will be back here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. So I want to say, let me, you got anything to shout out or plug, Squib?
No.
Okay. What about you, Patriot?
Yes, if you are interested in trains, you need to check out Squib's train videos.
I watch them all the time.
I don't know what they look like, but it is fun to imagine being a kid and jumping tracks again and all that fun stuff.
Or if trains bore you, don't waste your time.
Yeah, well, if that's not what I said. I said if you like trains, check them out. But yeah, just keep the 2A rally in your head there. And they were even talking about possibly finding like charter buses and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff. So just watch what's out there and make it a great day. And hug your kid.
Okay.
Got one.
All right. Clover's doing something, I think, at 8 o'clock. Then you got Matt at 9 with Never Enough Ammo. Then after that, I think you've got Rants and Raves, I believe. So I want to say thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all again on Saturday, hopefully. If I don't see you Saturday, I will see you next Wednesday. Thanks a lot, guys. End stream.